All right, as promised, we are back with the second tribal council in a row. This time, new Tirem will be filing into the tribal council area.
All right, come on in.
And here they come. We've got Liz, Kira, Mary, Patrick, and Sean. New Tirem settling in, some successfully, some not.
What's your first challenge of this tribal? To sit? All right. We're going to start tribal a little differently this time to help our viewers at home and to honestly help me because we've swapped you around so many times. Let's do a little show of hands. Can we do a show of hands for anyone that was on the social hike? No one. Who was on the physical hike? So the other three were on the mental hike. Who started out on Kineo? Who started out on Rollins? All right, and so that leaves you starting out on Tirem. So there's a lot of ways to kind of split this. As the only original Tirem member, Liz, do you feel like you're fighting an uphill battle with this group that's sitting here right now?
I definitely at first wasn't sure when, we got split up and I realized, okay, 3 of the people that were on my tribe went to Exile, or 2 of them, and so obviously that made me feel vulnerable, and so I'm definitely not feeling comfortable today, but I think that at the end of the day you just have to trust the people that you talk to, and that's all I can, really do, and just hope that we're on the same page.
Yeah. Mary, similar question to you. Do you feel like the 3 Rollins members have the control here? Is that something that's how the conversations are forming and you're going off of that to start?
Yeah, I think for sure the fact that the original Kineo tribe just didn't go to tribal council is still always going to be a thought. That being said, kind of like what Liz said, I am glad that whatever decision Sean had to make put me in this group. We're all, I think, collectively really bummed that we're here because we really like this cohesiveness here, and I think we performed really well in the challenge. It came down to seconds, so I don't think that there was a whole lot more we could have done, but always going to be nervous.
Yeah. Sean, speak to me about the decision that you had to make at the last tribal council. Do you feel like you owed them an explanation, or do you feel like it put a target on your back at all, coming back to now the group of the 5 of you?
I don't think I owed them an explanation, but I did share exactly what happened at the table. I was asked to rank order my remaining tribe members minus Patrick, 1 through 6, also excluding myself. And the 3 people who are here were ranked 1 through 3, and the other 3 were not.
4, 5, and 6. I'll do that now.
I think it was really helpful for us building trust to also share that, especially since what was shared to me, other challenges, was that wasn't what was told to the rest of the outcasts from the other tribe. And so I think it helped build us here to know that we're here for a reason.
Yeah.
No matter what happens, that
can be a double-sided sword, right? Double-edged sword in that, like, you bonded so well together. There's this proof that at least Sean likes you very much. So Kira, how do you go from bonding cohesively as a group to now deciding to cut one of them out? Like, how does that conversation start?
Oh, this is like cruel. Like, this is so brutal that like we just met each other, have to bond, and then break each other apart. It's going as well as it can be. Like,
what goes into your decision making? Are you thinking, this is a cohesive group? Like, why would you keep someone over someone else at this point?
I think at this point we kind of have to look at long game. We have to think that the merge is approaching really quickly, and who do we want to be with us side by side when we compete against a lot of stronger singles?
Yeah. Okay. Patrick, speaking of someone who won an individual challenge, if we're talking the merge, that also was kind of a good and a bad thing, right? You were able to be immune for that tribal council, but you missed a couple hours worth of this game, a lot of the early bonding time of this group. Do you feel like you were playing catch up a lot today and last night?
Thankfully I've met
other than Mary, the majority of this group threw either the walk or the tribe. So that was helpful. But I mean, the minute this challenge was explained, I was like, oh, I don't want to win this. Like, I'm throwing this challenge. I don't want to miss the first few hours with the new group. I think I also just said that because I didn't think I stood a shot in it. But once I made it to the second round and was clearly like getting to the end without dropping the ball, I felt like this is one of those once in a lifetime things. Like, why waste an opportunity? You know, the reward is great, but also just like the win and being able to say like I won an individual challenge in a live game. Like, I don't know if I'll ever play another live game. So I felt like I just couldn't throw it away. And yeah, I mean, like we said, the vibes have been really good with this group. So I mean, we had a really good night together. We didn't have to do a lot of game stuff when we got back, so I felt like there was plenty of time to kind of regroup and connect.
The other kind of thing that's always hiding behind these votes is you're in a really small group right now, 5 people. So 1, maybe 2, a couple extra votes can really turn things upside down. So Liz, how are you all dealing with that? Are you talking to people about, hey, who has one, who doesn't have one, what's going on here? Is that like conversations you're having?
It's definitely come up in conversation, just thinking, okay, if somebody has an extra vote, but also, you know, it's hard because we are, you know, a pretty connected group, and so it's like, all right, is somebody, you know, telling me one thing and I trusted them, and then it's the opposite, so it's definitely something that's on people's minds for sure, and it's been brought up.
Okay. All right. I got no idea where this one's going. Does anyone feel like they need to get something off their chest before we get to the vote? Break the suspense? No? All right. Sean, you're up.
All right, and with that, we will go back to my favorite mossy boulder on site to go chat with all of you. Heading on over to the Tirem Camp Trail. As soon as we are out of earshot, we will be discussing what we just heard, plus a little extra sprinkled on top. So, all right, just tucking in here, coming on down the way, and, okay, oh, they've stacked a large log on this mossy boulder since I was last here. Ah! Oh my god, sorry. I got caught. We're fine. It's good. It was the camera and not my face, so that is great. All right, so we are perched here now, and I can fill y'all in. So let me bust out my handy-dandy little note of everyone. So a lot of different group dynamics here that Camp pointed out at the beginning of the kind of tribal council. We have, of course, Patrick, Sean, and Kira that are coming over from original Rollins, which would be a natural group of 3 to kind of, you know, be a majority on a group of 5, sorry. And so that is definitely, you know, one way to look at things, eyeing Liz and Mary as outside of that. There is also the fact that Sean was previously on a tribe with Kira, Liz, and Mary and ranked them in his top 3, with Patrick joining later. And then, of course, we have some other stuff. So, let's talk. So there's also Kira and Liz who were on a previous tribe together. And there we had talked yesterday about how there was like this kind of ladies alliance forming. Kira and Liz like really about the women in this game, and they tried to pull Kendall in yesterday to a grouping like that when they were all on a tribe together. Also tried to pull in Mary for that. So it is possible that Kira, Liz, and Mary will be coming together and looking at either a Patrick or a Sean vote. Patrick does have an idol, and I think a lot of people know about it. So that is definitely a consideration for this vote, that Patrick has an idol. Will he play it? Will he keep it to himself? that I do not know. Yeah, so there's that. On the other side, Sean is looking to marry as potentially someone to target. She is the only Kineo person on this tribe, and Sean, sorry, I'm a little out of it. Sean, of course, ranked Kira and Liz super highly. And I think wanting to maybe move forward with Patrick and Kira, his original tribe mates, and target Mary. Mary kind of approaching this as a free agent. She is... Oh, wow. Oh my God, so fast. Mary, because she did not ever vote on original Kineo, is kind of viewing this as like she's a solo player. These are her people moving forward. These are the people that she wants to work with. Caitlin, my brain is hurting from trying to give y'all all this information. Because for only 5 people, there's a lot of different configurations. So we'll see. So I think at this point, the vote will either be Mary or Sean. Mary, because she's the solo Kineo, if the other group stays together, and Sean if the ladies stick together. A reminder that if Sean does go, that would be like pretty sad on Sean's part, because he just ranked all these people in his top 3 and like let that be known. And if he chose wrong, that really sucks. So I guess we'll go find out where people's loyalties are right now, as we head on back to Tribal Council. All right, we are back in the Tribal Council area as Tirem just waiting on for Cam to tally the votes. Rain starting to come down, which means I'm grabbing an umbrella to protect the speaker / microphone on this phone. Some players also grabbing their raincoats as Cam enters the Tribal Council.
Okay. Anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play one, now would be the time to do so. Okay. I'll get to the votes. First vote, Mary. Second vote, Sean. Third vote, Sean. Fourth and final vote, Sean. That's 3, that's enough. Sean, the tribe is cooked.
All right, and we are following Sean out of the Tribal Council area. Sean, we are still live streaming, so as soon as we get far enough up that hill, this will be your time to kind of just share any thoughts, feelings, anything you'd like to say to me and the stream.
I had a gut feeling there right at the end, but not sure what I could have done. So.
All right, let's get you maybe a little teensy bit further. This looks good if you'll just come right there. And all right, so this is your time. Anything you want to say?
I really did love that group. I'm glad that we were together. I knew that I was playing maybe a little too hard since other tribes were saying my name. I shouldn't have been surprised that other folks on my tribe were thinking the same thing, but I messed it up the vote before, and that's how it goes. But I won 2 individual challenges, having not made merge, which is somehow unbelievable. So I'm definitely proud of being out here. I'm hooked, I think, and I really appreciate it.
Awesome. So as you said, you do have a lot to be proud of. You made it all the way to day 3. You were an absolute beast in those challenges. So much to pick from, but I would love to hear maybe a moment that you're most proud of in your time out here.
Yeah, I think it probably... I think our first night, even as a tribe, even though we weren't competing, it was one of the most like heartwarming just conversations, almost like we were on a retreat and not on a tribe. And so it was like a nice way to remember that these have such like a heartwarming feeling, and to know that as a not super social person, that those connections can be really just like mature, and like to have heard everyone's experience was really wonderful.
That's awesome. And I know, you know, braving the elements is no joke. You kind of tend to learn a lot about yourself as you're out here. Did you find something out about yourself that you didn't already know?
Definitely learned that I can handle something like this. Probably that I have to give myself a little more confidence than I do.
Sure.
But again, just that like maybe I am a little better at connecting with people than I occasionally think I am.
I love that so much. Sean, before I let you go, you were playing for a great cause. This is your chance to shout them out and let everyone know who you were playing for.
So I am playing for the Attic Youth. I was playing for the Attic Youth Center, which is an LGBTQ youth center in Philadelphia. It provides a wide range of supports, from counseling services to pre-professional to just like peer support, fun groups. And I think it's really important for me as a like gay man to give back to some of our more vulnerable populations, especially with our BIPOC queer youth. I want to make sure they have the support that they need, and was really happy to be able to give back in this way.
I love that. Well, Sean, thank you so much for sharing. We are thrilled that you played. Welcome to the CYS family, officially. I'll let you go on with your tribe handler, or your personal concierge slash voted out handler, Robbie, who will get you some food, get you a shower, and we'll just take care of you. So we'll let you go. Thanks again, Sean. All right, and then there were 13 people left? 14? I don't know. I don't know the official count anymore, y'all. So we are going to get ahead and, sorry. I need to go drink some water and like maybe an energy drink. We are going to go ahead and set up for another challenge. So we will be back shortly with another challenge. So get excited, y'all. See you soon.